Hello and welcome back to the Rebranded Fully Fearless podcast. Thanks for being here. If you have been here before when it was Magnetic Pod, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. So this episode is to welcome you back and to show you around the place, so to speak. So show you to my refurbished home. I had a choice to make. I wanted to change direction. At some points, I thought I was going to start from scratch, but I decided to rebrand and continue with the same podcast in the end because the core audience remains the same. So that's basically the key deciding factor whether you need to rebrand or do a whole new podcast is whether it's for different audiences. And in the end, I went, well, I am surrounded by people like me, the people who reach out to me, people like me. It's not like it's a whole brand new audience. So even though I'm changing direction, you're welcome to come along with me because if you're here, you're probably quite like me. My core audience is purpose-driven entrepreneurs who want to create a life for themselves, who are a lot of the time multipotentialites, multi-passionate people just like me who are into spirituality, who are into business, who are into creating a life that they want to design for themselves. So hello, you're my people. So what Fully Fearless is about is it's for those people who hear a calling in their heart and soul and want to fully live in this life that we have and make the most of that life. So that's multifaceted. That can include business, but it can include just life because there's no delineation for me between life and business. It's all purpose. This podcast, it's an experiment for me. It's my life. I'm treating it the same way I'm treating my life, which is as a mad scientist who is finding out layers of who they are and how to live more fully and sharing that with you for you to come along on the journey and do the same for yourself. So I will still cover business because that's part of who I am. And my approach is to be myself, solve my own problems and share them with you. And the people who are like me will find that you don't have to be exactly like me, but you have to resonate with some of what I'm saying. Otherwise, you're going to self-select yourself out of here, aren't you? So, but if you want to get the most out of life and you like the idea of living a full life, a fearless life, then this is for you. I'm fully more stepping into the fact that I am totally into spirituality. I think it's a fact, not woo-woo. I have been a bit embarrassed, if I'm honest, and I feel like I have to be a bit brave about having shared some things in the past, about being woo-woo. And there's a part of me that sees things from other people's point of views. There's a part of my brain that sees things the way that someone else who doesn't believe what I believe might view a thing. And that's not always helpful. Sometimes it's helpful, but sometimes it isn't. And I'm doing it right there. I have this talent of being able to see and hold opposing viewpoints at the same time. But I have sometimes felt hesitant to talk about the spiritual side of things. But I actually have decided, because I actually think that these things will be proven as fact. And so I think there'll be a scientific basis for it. So I might use language that sounds spiritual, but sometimes people are saying the same things, but they'll be talking about nervous systems and energy and word it in a different way that doesn't sound spiritual, but the principles and the laws are the same about how life works. So anyway, I am open to pivots. I've discovered over the last few years that I am a multipotentialite and I am supposed to be that. That's the way I am wired. That is me. So the idea of thinking I'm supposed to pick one thing and be super niche and only talk about that thing is something that I will feel too restricted to do and I find boring. And I can't comprehend people only being interested in one thing and only wanting to talk about one thing. If you're here, don't you have different interests in your life? Do you want to keep fit and feel love and feel healthy and have good relationships and be prosperous and feel purposeful and be happy and spend time with your pets and do things for fun? Aren't there different aspects to you? You must, I'm not that unusual, surely. So I'm embracing talking about different things. Fuck it, I say. So about me and what I do, I am a podcast manager, and coach. And so I help people with managing and editing their podcasts. And I also teach on how to do that. So stay tuned. If you would like to learn about podcasting and do it yourself or need my help, you can contact me with links in the show notes. So that's what I do. That's the main bread and butter, shall I say, of what I do. But I also love music. I sing and write songs, create songs all the time. And sometimes I accidentally write songs for other people, or sometimes I do it on purpose. I've recently written a pretty darn catchy jingle for one of my podcasting clients. So we're having a chat about what to do with that and how to put that in the world. But I have a bit of a talent for really getting and understanding people on a deep level and being able to express that through music, both in lyrics and for that to match the music that really has that energy of what they're about. So that's part of what I do. One of the major things that I'm really interested at the moment is mindset. So I'm going to be exploring that. That's going to come up again and again because I've realized that mindset is everything. And when my mindset is right, I exercise, I eat better, I am calm, I don't react, or if I do, I self-correct very quickly, and I can observe when someone else is reacting to not take it personally, to go to see that they're in dysregulation rather than taking things personally. And when I'm in the right headspace and heart space, I do better in business. I will be more active. I create content. I can be more consistent. I can be more focused. So mindset is my number one priority because it is the thing that will affect every part of my life. So I'm a bit obsessed about that. And I have a meditation. If you want to use the meditation that I use, you can get that for free in my show notes, because that's one thing that I use a lot to keep on track. I'm obsessed with mindset and making sure that my brain is programmed with beliefs that will serve. And yeah, that's huge. Apart from me talking about the things that interest me, I will also be doing interviews. At the moment, I've just been inviting people. You can do podcasting interviews as a strategy to network and use your platform for that, which perhaps I will do at some point. But really, I am more focused on absolutely just being really selective with who I invite. So I want to have really deep conversations about people that I'm super, super interested in, that you will be interested in too, about people living fearless lives. And I don't know that it's really possible to truly live completely fearlessly until you are, reach mastery, but as close as we can possibly get, definitely fully living full lives and pushing past their fears. It would probably be more accurate, but doesn't sound as good as saying fully fearless. So that I'll be sharing really amazing interviews with you as well. And the other thing I'm doing, which is a part of me being fully fearless, is going on YouTube, because I have learnt and I know a lot of stuff about YouTube and how it works. And so that in some ways makes it a bit scary to actually implement it. I have done it with children's music. That is less scary because I know specifically the songs to do. If you're doing children's music, if you're under 5, I'll just tell you for free, go do Finger Family and, Baby Shark, but be careful about the do-do-do-do-do's because that's the bit that you have to change as far as copyright goes, but go get your own legal advice. Don't sue me if you get sued for doing Baby Shark the wrong way. But, there are certain songs that do well on the platform and I already know specifically what they are because of my association with people who've done it before me. When it comes to this podcast, I can tell you now that this particular episode is not going to go viral. This is just an intro video of me chatting. It's not on a trending topic or anything. But now it's time for me to actually apply the concepts and the principles and put it on over to YouTube, but also balance that with just talking about the things I want to and not worrying about the strategy all the time either, and not worrying about whether I'm impressing people with the number of views I get or not and all that kind of ego stuff. But whatever I do at this moment, I just feel like I'm just in it to have fun. I'm in it to explore. I'm in it to fully live this life fearlessly and to live up to the name of the podcast, which could be challenging. Who knows what's going to bring up for me to call it Fully Fearless and then challenge myself to live up to it. But I challenge you to live up to it as well, because you only get one life at a time. Okay, so as I said before, download my free meditation if you want some help with your mindset. Subscribe so I can stay connected with you. And thank you for being here. And I'll see you in the next one real soon. Bye.